reminder, guys, obviously we're reviewing cars. We don't boast this enough, but we need to start doing this more often. If you have a car that you want us to review and you're paying attention to our travels, if we're going to be in your area, please contact us on further enough basis. Yeah, DM us, email us at pcartalk.com, find us on Instagram. Let us know if you want us to review your Porsche. It doesn't have to be a 911. It doesn't even have to be new. If you have something, let us know what you have. If it's unique, we'll put it on the show. We'd love to have your cars. We'd be honored to have your car on the show. So please let us know. Again, we're open. You can be in the Tampa Bay area. Just pay attention to our travels. We're all over the place. So sometimes we're in LA, sometimes Atlanta, Texas, Miami, Jacksonville, any of these areas, Chicago, and you want us to do a test ride in your car, we'll definitely try to make some time and coordinate with you to make it happen. So please let us know, and please contact us if you want us to review your car. What's going on, guys? Here we are at Porsche of Tampa once again, and today's convertible day, right? Yep. So we're going to be driving a Boxster base PDK car, 2019, 300 horsepower, the 4-cylinder turbocharged. We're going to let you guys know what we think about it, what we love about it, and just a lot of bang for the buck, right? Under 3,000 pounds, so it's going to be a great show. Make sure that you tune in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you already have subscribed, thank you guys so much. And if you haven't, please hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button now. It helps us out a ton. And we are Porsche centric, so if you're Porsche centric and you want to see new stuff, make sure that you hit that subscribe button now. Go ahead and roll that intro, and let's get this bad boy started.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the show, everybody, and if you've been here before, we appreciate it. If you haven't, thank you guys for joining. We want to thank Porsche of Tampa for supplying this car. What are we in, Aaron?
2019 718 Boxster base.
Black on black.
Black on black. Yeah, it is black on black.
To see what this little base is about. It's great looks already. You get a lot of car for the money. I love that it's PDK. I mean, it's got the sport option, exhaust function in it. So it has some options, obviously. But this is kind of proof of concept. You don't have to buy the baller 175, 200 plus to have a good time still. We'll put the top down later. It's fortunately a nice day in Tampa for a change.
It's a pretty nice day.
Teasing us a little bit with the weather, but yeah, so far so good. And again, make sure that you check out Porsche of Tampa for all your Porsche needs, new or used. They have tons and tons of inventory, and they're one of the oldest dealerships around. So yeah. So initial impressions, what do we think so far? What do you think over there in the passenger seat?
I think it's nice. I thought it was gonna be a little bit smaller inside. I just think when I think of Boxster, I think of like cozy cabin.
Yeah, I would agree with that, actually. I feel like that we're not on top of each other, but in a good way. So it's pretty interesting. Again, all this touch points are nice in here so far. The wear points will wear well as opposed to wearing quickly. Leather steering wheel. The steering wheel is pretty standard and everything. It's a good steering wheel. We got perforated seats for AC, which is great. Don't need them today, but it's also nice to have. It has the classic center tack, which is super nice. That's where the business happens, so that's all that really matters.
Even though I feel like the seats are a little bit more firm, but it's probably because it's a brand new car.
Yeah, this car has 26 miles on it, and again, that goes to show you how much Porsche of Tampa trusts us, and we really appreciate the partnership with them. And that's why we believe so much in them, and they believe so much in us. So we're very, very fortunate for that. But yeah, I like, actually, maybe I'm a basic person. You know, I was gonna say I like all of this stuff where, I mean, Alcantara's nice, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's not necessary for daily use. Like if you have a GT or a track car or a track focus car, I feel like it's one of those things where it's necessary there, but in daily usage, I really don't see a purpose.
No, there's really not
I'll tell you what, it doesn't. 300 horsepower doesn't seem impressive on paper, but weighing under 2,900, I mean, this thing's quick. Jokes about like these 718s and Boxsters of old, the old joke is they're not quick, they're like Miatas, it's not a real Porsche. I'm telling you guys right now, that's all garbage. That's not the truth. These things are awesome cars. These things are great cars. There's a spec Boxster series, so what's that telling you?
It tells you it's a good driving car.
What do we think so far?
That's a good place to be.
I think down low, like a lot of people complain about the engine noise, how it's not that nice and it's not as flat sixy, and they're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. It's different. I don't want to say it's wrong because it's just different.
Yeah.
The exhaust, because it's a turbo though, it does make a different noise now as compared to a flat six naturally aspirated engine. You're going to get pops and burbles on deceleration, especially on the downshifts. And if you're one of those people kind of like that, and this is with factory exhaust, so imagine what that sounds like, Aaron was saying, with like a sports exhaust or a modified exhaust. So there's also pros and cons, so it just depends on what you like. You know, a lot of people, obviously, the flat six is a unique thing to Porsche for a reason.
Yeah, that's something they want.
But, you know, if you're one of these people that's going to daily drive this thing gets outstanding gas mileage because it's a 4-cylinder turbocharged too. So,
get some efficiency out of it.
I mean, not to sound overly like rude, this isn't probably, if you're buying a base Boxster brand new, it's probably not your track weapon.
No.
And if it is, probably time to reassess. Like, this shouldn't be your track weapon. Not that, you know, I don't want to speak ill of it. There's just a lot of other better choices. Oh, dude, it does it all. Now, the top going down. The magic of Hollywood.
Top's down.
The top is down. Let's do this. So I've only ever owned a convertible car once, and it was cool. But for the most part, all of my cars have been coupes and whatever. But I do like the idea of being able to have a top-down car. Maybe not as my only car, but what are your thoughts on it?
The convertible's definitely is a cool thing to have. I have a coupe as well, but I like to put it in, especially for Florida when it's not blazing hot out. It's nice to put the top down and.
Well, the nice thing about this, even if it was blazing hot, which the invention of like modern technology nowadays,
seats.
Perforated air-conditioned seats, and a top-down car in Florida, I feel like is an absolute must.
Oh yeah, perfect.
It doesn't always have to be a 911, right?
No.
I mean, this is a sports car. This is a two-seater.
Gets the job done for sure.
Cabin space is outstanding.
The steering feel has to be really good because
steering's super tight. The car's immensely balanced. And also it's super practical because you can there's tons of room. So you can put tons of bags, groceries, whatever you want to put.
Trunk because mid-engine.
Yeah. So essentially more cargo capacity than the 911.
Yeah, I would say that for sure.
Surprising. I mean, looking at it like as a two-seater, you'd be like, there's no way.
Yeah.
But there is a way because it's mid-engine.
And even if it's about the same with, the back seats put down, it's not a pain to put something behind you. Now you're not putting something behind you when you're in the 911, putting it behind the seat. And
it also doesn't have to live in the cabin with you.
Yeah.
Goes. I like this top-down feel.
It does
gives you a sensation of speed too, doesn't it?
More.
Because of the wind, and everything. It gives you a little bit more of kind of a, wow, I'm getting after it, which is what you want. And like that, we're back.
It's probably like 3-second driver change.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Right in there.
We didn't get any fuel or tires.
Didn't need it. Didn't need it.
That's how great I was driving. I didn't wear any of that out.
So efficient.
I'll tell you what, from sitting on this side, it feels good too, though. Like you said, there's space over here. I don't feel cramped. So clearly, like, we've gone all over the things many times, but we'll go over it again for the sake of argument. You're in the other lane. PDK, obviously outstanding. It's second to none in the market. Everybody's always tried to copy it, or they're white labeling and selling it to other makes and marks. So there's no doubt about how that is. It's crisp, it's sharp. The driving feel is outstanding. Tell me how the steering feels.
Feels good so far. Well, I think it went straight, so.
It's tight though, right?
It feels good though. It feels on point.
I mean, of course, as you should know if you've been watching it this long, it's a mid-engine car, so it's very well balanced.
Yeah, it feels that way too. It doesn't feel like it's not getting crazy.
What I love about it, even though it's the base, it's 300 horsepower, because it's a turbo, it has some low-end grunt.
That it does. I do like the torque. That's something I can say for sure.
Also, what's interesting too, like your mind would think, oh, it's a convertible car, it has a articulating top that's heavy, but the car itself is not a heavy car.
Not at all. It's less than 3,000 pounds, like you said.
Which is a magic number nowadays. And again, it doesn't feel overly small. This does not feel like a traditional two-seater where there's nothing. You still have all these creature comforts. You have air-conditioned seats. You have fully automated top. It's magic how they've actually been able to keep this car under 3,000 pounds, actually.
Exactly. With all the luxury, with all the creature comforts and how big it is.
Yeah, you still have full infotainment in the car. This is a great buy at $72,000.
I think it is.
And again, this car is brand new. It's for sale right now. We've put 13 miles on it, so if you want a car that we've touched, this car's for sale at Porsche Tampa. So make sure you go check that out, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great car.
So we want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because you guys aren't doing enough already, right? So we got to add another thing to it. But in all seriousness, we thank you guys so much. We're so humbled that you guys are watching. We're so humbled that there's anybody that pays attention to what we're doing, and we're just trying to do stuff for you guys, give you a comprehensive review of something, like basically from an enthusiast perspective, right?
Yep.
So thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.
Now, the top going up.